Hello everyone, I am Pratik Ninave.
Hello, this is Siddiq.
Hi guys, I'm Raj Mohan.
Hi, this is Nikhil here.
I am a strength and conditioning specialist certified by NSCA USA.
I've been a professional weightlifter. It's been a year for me into strength and conditioning.
So I was introduced to strengthening conditioning by one of my mentors.
I looked into strength and conditioning last year when I got injured and couldn't really compete in my sport that year.
So I got to know about this coach apprenticeship program through a workshop conducted by Invictus Performance Lab as well as APA training system.
I was just trying for a good place to learn a lot of things. I have been following Invictus for around more than 6 months or something. I just saw their apprenticeship program post in Instagram.
Once I was searching for a program like this, they exactly posted asking for apprentices through Instagram and LinkedIn as well. So that's where I found out, okay, there is a program which is happening. So I thought I'll enroll myself here to the program.
That's when I got to know about this program through the Invictus social media handle, and I'm really glad I got this opportunity.
I've been following this team for a very long time and have been going through all of their posts on Instagram, through which I got to know that the content which they are going to share in this program is definitely going to be very qualitative, and hence I thought of getting into it. The highlights for this apprenticeship program would definitely be number one, the study sessions. These sessions were not just theoretical, but they also gave us a practical exposure towards it, and they also wanted us to go through those study cases and create something which would be of our original thinking. And secondly, I would say the boot camp which they were conducting, through which we got to know how it feels while prescribing someone a few exercises, and that will definitely help me to further prescribe exercises to my athletes.
When it comes to highlights, it was not just about theoretical knowledge. We were getting a lot of practical knowledges. Each and every single coach here had their own way of coaching, and we got to speak to a lot of like every coaches and every physios here, and got their own point of views, and that helped a lot.
The highlights of this particular program is you get to know all the nuances of exercise science. So you get the scientific approach, and in my view, I'll say my perspective of viewing the strength and conditioning has entirely changed because they covered all the topics.
Highlights, literally all the time I've spent here has been fantastic and has been a great learning. To see all the physios, SNCs and the sports scientists working together as a team, it's a great learning for us as to how they work together, and to gain their knowledge, to learn from them, to ask questions from them and to learn from them. It's been great.
So my biggest takeaways would be many actually. To start off with, I understood that there is never a single answer for any doubt. If you have any question, there are various pathways to get through done with it. Secondly, I would say it was more about having a teamwork and an aspect of understanding any kind of knowledge through a very different perspective rather than having a singular one.
Biggest takeaways, as I said, lot of coaches and their different point of views give me lot of options and lot of choices to make a program. First I had just set of things and was just around it, but now I have lot of different options to look out. And programming is not just about writing random programs. They just showed us a way, lot of ways to make programs. Takeaways, I think just being in this kind of environment where you get to see, where you get to be amongst and learn from the SNCs, the sports scientists, the physios, just to be amongst them and learn from them, it's been great, and I don't think you would get this kind of experience anywhere else.
The biggest takeaway for me in this particular coach apprenticeship program is, I would say, the attitude that you carry as an SNC coach, and how to evaluate a particular client, and then how to start off from the evaluation, how to start off, and how do you actually work along with a physiotherapist. So it's not a single person driven program. So how do you actually co-work and work along with the physiotherapist to understand how do you take forward for the programming adaptation for a particular athlete.
I felt the most important thing was study session, definitely, because it was more interactive and I was able to relate my knowledge as well as understand how other people think about it. So the most important factor was it helped me develop my thinking towards work.
This team showed us how a teamwork has to be done, like the interaction, the work between a SNC and a physio, how it works, SNC and a nutritionist, how it works, and there are psychologists also here. So like how people work in a team, what kind of different things we can share to help a client.
Because nowhere in India you will get an exposure of this level of training to the athletes that they have in this particular setup. You'll get all the athletes. I mean, different types of sport exposure that you get here is way too amazing exposure to all the sports that you have in India.
Here you get to know what all variables goes into the growth of an athlete. So there is no one perfect program or one perfect solution that you can give for an athlete. So that's when it becomes important to assess an athlete. And here these guys assess right from the strength test, the speed test, the isometric test, and the reactive strength, etc.
I got to meet a very good team of people. These guys are amazing humans first and then great professionals. They are having very open-minded perspective towards everything, and it was very surprising to see these highly qualified people have a very broad mindset to accept things which they probably might not know. So, and that way it felt very comfortable for me to get this experience done.
You wouldn't believe it. This is the best decision I've ever made in my life. This is the best learning you would want to experience as a strengthening conditioning coach.
I'm really grateful for this opportunity. I want to thank the full team of Invictus. They were really helpful, and whatever doubts or questions we had, they were always open to it. And yeah, as I said, coming here, I feel like I got that real jump start to my career, and I'm really grateful for that.
This 3 months program was really self-sufficient, and I really want to thank the whole team of Invictus for this opportunity.
I would like to thank all of them in Invictus who have given me such a great opportunity. This was a fantastic learning. They have given me exposure to all the sport in India, and the level of learning that I've got from this program is amazing. I'll tell you, if any of you guys are looking for an opportunity like this, just go for it, because you'll get the best learning in this particular program.